to move away to obviously the fact that I also liked the partnership at the back, and that is Romero and I never thought I'd ever say it, but Dier. So Danny, I'll come to you first. How pleased were you to see obviously that pairing?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the pairing I really wanted to see, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people over the last couple of weeks have been calling for Eric Dyer, which, again, like you just said, Holly, no one would have thought you'd be saying Eric Dyer has to be in that starting lineup, right? We know he's obviously, even now, he's still got ability issues. We know he's got the right mentality and right attitude. He's just got the shit ability at times. But but like the thing is, Romero is just pure class.
Mate, he was amazing.
He was unreal. Like you pay for what you get, innit? Like it's that cliche saying, you pay for what you get. You buy top class centre backs, you're gonna get top class centre backs. And what I loved about him yesterday is just he was so calm and composed on the ball. He was aggressive, and I know he was part of the reason why we conceded the goal, but everything he did, 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, everything he did was spot on yesterday. His defensive clearances, his aerial clearances, aerial drills and stuff, his interceptions, his reading of the game, his calmness on the ball. He's just, and also his pinging as well. The pings he was doing
that
yesterday.
Pass to Sonny, that pass he just
it was class. It was Toby-esque.
The whole team.
He's kind of like he kind of reminds me a little bit of a mix between Vertonghen and Alderweireld, like in the way where he can ping a ball like Toby, but his aggression's a bit more like Toby. Toby was like that leader at the back kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he was also a leader because I remember, like, I was at the game yesterday. I don't know if you were, Patrick, as well.
Yeah, I was there. I was there.
Do you remember yesterday where it was like the first 15 minutes and he had the ball right in our own half, and then there was no one around him, and he just stood there, right? And he was like, "Where is everyone?" He was like, "Wake up," kind of thing. And he was like shouting it to find, like, to have people come closer to him so he can distribute the ball, basically, because no one was moving and anything like that. And for me, that shows leadership skills as well. And on top of that, what he did was he would contribute to the first goal as well from a clearance from him. So I'm really glad to see those two partnerships, and I think he actually makes Dier look better as well. I think they work to get quite well together, and they can both speak Portuguese, which is even better. So
that's always a win, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, not Portuguese. He speaks Spanish, doesn't he? So, it's similar, isn't it? So they can probably communicate in a way.
I was going to say some of the words are the same in each language, so it'll be fine anyway.
Exactly.
But I'll come to you, Patrick. Also, we've spoken about obviously the fact that Romero is boss man, and we've got what we've paid for, hopefully, and hopefully that continues. But obviously, like Adam said, we all kind of know Dyer's faults. And we're all a bit worried that obviously there will come a time when he will slip up, because he has many, many times before. But do you think, kind of what Danny alluded to, the fact that obviously Romero is this big figure, he knows what he's doing, do you think hopefully that he can take Dier under his wing this time rather than be a rival to whoever he had next to him, like Sanchez, who is, I think, unexperienced as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think Romero's qualities and just his calmness on the ball, like Danny said, the way he reads the game, he makes Dier look better, because Dier just follows his lead, and Dier just tucks in and follows wherever he was. But if you notice, Aston Villa, they're a tricky team, and they tried to target us. They tried to basically float the ball in and target us on either flank. But because Emerson on one side was reading the game so well and clearing it, and then you had Romero doing the same, they had no other options. And then they tried to play to feet and they couldn't get around Højbjerg and Skip. So they kind of came unstuck. Their plan A and plan B didn't work. But it's because the way we were reading the game and stopping their threats, it was great. So I do think that you will see a better Dier next to Romero, because he just basically brings that calmness and that sturdiness. And then Dier as well, to his credit, he stepped up. I saw Dier shouting at people as well when they made mistakes. Yeah, he was giving it to them. So you like to see that, because I think Dier and Sanchez, they're a bit too the same. You know, Sanchez is a bit too scruffy, a bit too all over the place.
Yeah.
So you need someone with a bit more of a calmness about them, a soothingness, and you get that with Romero. But Romero, don't get me wrong, he's still an animal. He'll still get into you. He'll still chase you around the pitch. He'll get touch tight at times, but he also knows when to back off. Because at certain times I saw Romero at the halfway line. Like, he knows how to read the game and where to get stuck in. He was dribbling the ball and pushing forward. So he's also a lot better on the ball than what we may have thought, which is good to see. So, yeah, I like that combination. I mean, I know it's only one game. It's a win. We still conceded, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But we looked a lot better.
I think that's kind of all we wanted, isn't it, really? We just wanted to be able to rebound from last week and actually come and get 3 points.